Welcome back to Time Maroon Sports. I know it's been a while and I apologize for that, but what I won't apologize for is all the great stuff right here on WCTV. Let's get right into it. First things first, Cleveland Guardians. Yep, team batting leaders. Yes, sirree. Let's look at that. We got Brian Rocchio leading the Guardians with a .269 average. Angel Martinez, 11 home runs. Chase Delar, 34 RBIs. 42 runs for Jose Ramirez, 70 hits for Brian Rocchio. 757 OPS for Jose Ramirez, and Mr. Ramirez also has 24 stolen bases, which leads the Guardians, of course, as you might expect from team batting leaders. And does he lead? No, he does not lead the league in stolen bases because he's on the IL. Oh, man. Anyways, Guardians at the Astros. I would call them Science Heroes, but that was a while back, and I think everybody's gotten over it now. Besides, the Astros suck. And, of course, the Guardians lost to the Astros, unfortunately. But it's all good, because they did win one game and did not get swept. Jeremy Pena had 2 home runs in Game 1. Jose Altuve had a 3-run bomb in Game 1. Travis Bazzana had 2 home runs in Game 2. Not to mention, Cal Manzardo, good old Cal Manzardo, had a home run in Game 2. In Game 3, the Guardians lost it 2-1 with Travis Bazzana having the only RBI for the good old Guardians that day. And Slade Ciccone won 6 solid innings. Not shutout innings, but solid innings in Game 3. But it wasn't enough. Tough luck loser. Guardians, White Sox. Guardians lost 2-1 in a tough game. That was not, or in a tough series, I ought to say. We saw a lot of frustration. Cade Smith had an off series, blowing the save in Game 1 and blowing the save in Game 3. Game 1, didn't get away with it because the White Sox walked off. Game 3, he got away with it because the White Sox lost, fortunately. But Sam Antonacci walk-off 2-run single in Game 1. Rocchio had 3 hits in Game 1. Miguel Vargas had a home run Game 2. Parker Messick, tough luck loser. You talk about tough luck loser. 2 runs, 3 hits, 10 strikeouts, 7 2/3 innings pitched. And it just didn't work out. Khalil Watson was the guy who saved the Guardians' bacon back on, what do you call it? The whole game yesterday, of course. Excuse me. But anyways, he had 2 hits, cashing in 3 runs in a 4-3 win, including the RBI single in the 10th inning of Game 3. And Cade Smith, of course, the blown save, which is always frustrating. But you know what is also kind of frustrating? I tell you what's also kind of frustrating. The Guardians aren't in first place by themselves now. They're still in first, don't worry. But the White Sox, are you serious? My goodness. Oh, you gods, the White Sox are doing good this year. Stunning, I know. 41-38 on the season. Guardians 42-39 on the season. That's a deadlock for first place. Well, they're giving it to the White Sox here on the MLB app, probably because it's a higher winning percentage at .519 apiece, but still. At least the Guardians are still in the playoffs. I mean, I'm just looking. Toronto, if the season ended today, they'd be in the playoffs despite a lowly 39-41 record. I mean, that American League is super weak. The Yankees and Rays are the only teams above .520 in winning percentage. Everyone else is lower. Meanwhile, you got the gauntlet of the National League. Dodgers are the Dodgers. Brewers doing great. Braves are doing great. And then the Phillies, after a sluggish start, have rallied to get within 4.5 of Atlanta. Don't sleep on Miami just yet. The Cardinals are doing good. The Cubs are doing good. The Pirates are dead even, 40-40. Padres are doing good. Diamondbacks are above 500. They're only 4 teams below 500 in the National League. That's kind of insane, come to think about it, especially when there are only 5 teams above 500 in the American League. That is absolutely nuts. Oh, man, oh, man. Who's next for the Guardians, you might be wondering. I tell you who's next for the Guardians. The Seattle Mariners. Oh, man, the Seattle Mariners. That won't be easy. because Seattle, of course, almost made the World Series last year. I know they're off to a sluggish start, but they are sitting pretty up top the American League West. And after that, it's another American League West game series against the Texas Rangers. After the Texas Rangers will be a 4-game duel against the Chicago White Sox, who are doing infinitely better than they were the last 3 years. Definitely frustrating to see if you are a Guardians fan, because it looked like this was going to be all to themselves. But I suppose not, at least for the division. Let's look at high school football. Oh my goodness, we have 57 days till high school football returns, and I honestly cannot wait. I want that to go by super fast just so we can get there. Just so we can get there, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my, let's look at high school football. Starting off in the Suburban League like we always do. But anyways, I'll show you my big games this year. But anyways, Wadsworth, I think, is going to win the National Conference here. I think you guys are going to be pretty darn happy about that. 9-1, 7-0. Their only loss coming to, let's see here, Hilliard-Davidson, in what should be a good game nonetheless. I'll be at Hilliard-Davidson. What else is out there? My Highland Hornets. And the Nordonia Knights going to be 7-3, 5-2 apiece. I think we will beat Nordonia week 4. That should be a good game. That should be a very good game. Our only 3 losses, in my opinion: Walsh, Medina might be an upset. Hope not. And Wadsworth. I'm definitely very unsure about Walsh and Wadsworth, and Medina might be someone to look out for. But that's just me speaking. Hudson, they are going to be 6-4 on the 2026 season, in my opinion. 4-3. Hudson got bumped up. They're Division 1 now. They were supposed to be Division 2, Region 5, but they, on behalf of Austintown Fitch and Elyria, and I think Euclid, and some Toledo schools as well, moved up from Division 2 to Division 1. So Division 2, Region 5 got a little less crowded now. I mean, still a gauntlet nonetheless for the Hornets. But still, hard to believe. Hey, I'll take playing more Division 1 schools. I mean, look at the National Conference. You got Hudson Division 1, Medina Division 1. Who else? Solon Stowe. That's 4 Division 1 schools and 4 Division 2 schools. So really, 4 Division 1 schools in the conference play for Highland, and meanwhile 5 in Division 1 for the entire season, and 5 in Division 2. Yeah, we want to be with the big boys. We said, you know what, enough of all these easy games. And with all due respect to the American side, they're good and all, they're good. It's just that when you're vying for state championships and you want to get to that next level and make that next jump, sometimes you got to promote yourself. Sometimes you got to take that next level up, and I think that's what we're doing right here. But yeah, Highland's opening up with Walsh Jesuit week 1. And then Strongsville and Avon Lake. Hudson has Austintown Fitch, which will be a very good game. Jackson and St. V. St. M. And Medina has Findlay, Hoover, and Brunswick. Brunswick, I can't wait for that game because that'll be an old rivalry, isn't it, folks? Yes, it is. And then you have Nordonia playing St. Vincent, St. Mary, Akron East, and Villa Angela, St. Joseph. VASJ, Division 2, Region 5. North Royalton for their non-conference foes. They have Valley Forge, Brecksville, so the rivalry is still alive, and North Ridgeville. And then Solon, they have Kenston, Shaker Heights, and Twinsburg. Of course, Twinsburg used to be with them in the national side. Twinsburg jumped ship. And, of course, Stowe has Aurora, Barberton, St. Francis Prep. Nordonia and Stowe have 2 new coaches. Both are BW alums, by the way. And just like to say that Scott Barwoody and BW legendary quarterback Dan Orlum for Nordonia and Stowe, respectively. Wadsworth has Cleveland Heights, Hilliard-Davidson, and Massillon-Jackson for their non-conference foes. We got to talk about the American side. Oh, my goodness. Copley is going to win, in my opinion, but it's going to be mighty close. I think they will lose to Kenston. I don't know why I'm thinking that. Probably because, I don't know, it's the first conference game of the year for both those schools. And Copley has 6 home games. Oh my goodness. Streetsboro, Firestone, and Garfield are their non-conference foes. All of them are home. It's kind of weird that they have all home non-conference games, but oh well. Brecksville, I think, won't be bad. They will be 7-3 on the season, losing to Copley and Twinsburg this year. They will be at Twinsburg, and they will be hosting Copley. I tell you, Brecksville still ain't that bad. But anyways, Twinsburg 7-3, 5-2. They'll lose to Solon. I think that might be an upset. Aurora's always tough, and Copley will be a threat. Of course, they also have BW coach Copley, John Cromwell. And Aurora 6-4, 4-3. Never sleep on Aurora. Bob Mahalik, a great coach. Of course, he's been at Aurora for so long. He's won the state toast, gotten them Final Four several times. I think they will beat Stowe, Talmadge, Twinsburg. Yeah, they got Talmadge again, so good to see that. Revere, Kenston, Barberton. Then Revere 5-5, 3-4. Kenston is 4-6, 3-4. Mayfield 4-6, 5, and Barberton. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Barberton considering what they did to us last year. And back out of the homecoming football game. I know I'm not the only one that has those sentiments towards the Magics in Highland High School, amongst the Highland fan base, amongst the Highland faithful. I do think they will win a game. It will be to lowly Firestone. That is week 1. They have a new coach as well. I forgot his name. I apologize for that. But I think they're going to lose every other game aside from Firestone. And again, the rule is you got to be nice to schools. But when Barberton backs out of your homecoming game with all excitement in the air, and knowing that they darn well that they were probably going to lose by 60 points or 50 points, it's just not a good look. I mean, it's just the dumbest thing. I mean, it is what it is, I suppose, but still. What are some of the big conference games? Well, of course, Highland Wadsworth, the rivalry renewed week 9. Highland North Royalton, the rivalry renewed week 7. Highland Medina rivalry born, I guess, week 5. And we did play Medina. We haven't played Medina or Wadsworth since 2019, and North Royalton we've played every year except for last year, since like 2009 I want to say, and now the rivalry is back. That should be fine. We got 3 straight road games, all conference games. Medina, Stowe, North Royalton. That's homecoming against Solon. I don't think Solon's going to back out of homecoming. I wouldn't fire them. That's a D1 school after all. I'm sure Solon may not be that well as you see on the TV screen right there, 2-8, 0-7, but there's always a chance. There's always a chance. You never know what can happen. But I can't tell you what also can happen. You all know our football coach, Mike Gibbons, if I can find him right here. He's 96-31. All he needs is just 4 measly wins, and he will be at 100 career wins. So I think he'll get that at Stowe. But I won't be surprised if he gets against Nordonia or Medina. Hey, here's to a good season. Crossing my fingers, praying to the good Lord, doing everything I can do. In 57 days, or 8 weeks almost. I cannot believe it. I'm sitting at 989 subscribers. How about that, folks? How about that? I cannot believe it's getting that close to 1,000. The goal is to reach 1,000 before the Walsh Jesuit football game. Yeah, that game's going to feed families. You know that for a fact. I honestly can't wait. Next week we will be talking about more Cleveland Guardians, and we will also be talking about the Southwestern Conference and probably the Federal League, if not the Greater Cleveland Conference or something like that. I don't know. All I know is that it's going to be a lot of fun this year. Next week when we talk, we'll be at an even 50 days till high school football. That's right, folks, 50 days till high school football. That's going to be a lot of fun. I don't know about you, but that's going to be A lot of exciting stuff. We have 2 scrimmages, Highland. First scrimmage is against Lake Catholic. The second one is against Big Walnut. Both are home. Lake Catholic out in Mentor. Big Walnut down Sunbury, I think. That's down in Columbus. So, kind of a distance for both schools to come to. Granger, Ohio, but still, I'm expecting good crowds nonetheless. Cannot wait for it. I hope you cannot wait for it either. Tommy Maroon, Time Maroon Sports. I hope to be back next week. Till next time, so long, everybody.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.